Diplomatic efforts to end the conflict between the United States and Iran have entered a crucial phase, but significant differences remain despite both the sides describing recent talks in Switzerland as constructive. The negotiations led by US Vice President J.D. Vance and Iranian Parliament Speaker Mohammad Ghalibaf are aimed at reaching a permanent agreement after months of tensions and conflict in the Middle East. And following the talks, J.D. Vance said that the discussions had created a very good foundation for a final deal and expressed optimism about the progress made. However, conflicting statements from Washington and Tehran suggested that key issues are still unresolved, particularly regarding Iran's frozen assets, nuclear inspections, and regional security arrangements. One of the biggest points of disagreement concerns Iranian assets frozen under years of international sanctions. US officials have indicated that if sanctions are lifted and the funds are released, there would be mechanisms in order to ensure that the money is used for economic and humanitarian purposes rather than activities Washington considers destabilizing. J.D. Vance said that any future arrangement would help the Iranian people while contributing to regional stability. Iran has strongly rejected that interpretation. Iran's ambassador to the United Nations in Geneva, Ali, said that Tehran alone would decide how to use its asset once they are unfrozen. He dismissed suggestions that the United States, Qatar, or any other country would have authority over Iranian funds, insisting that all the decisions regarding the assets would remain solely under Iran's control. Differences have also surfaced over Iran's nuclear program, as US President Donald Trump said that Iran appears ready in order to accept extensive inspections to ensure transparency regarding its nuclear activities. J.D. Vance also claimed that the progress had been made on nuclear oversight and the inspection mechanisms during the Switzerland talks. Iran, however, has pushed back against all those claims, as Foreign Ministry spokesperson Ismail said. Iran's cooperation with the International Atomic Energy Agency would continue only within existing safeguards obligation and in accordance with the Iranian laws. He denied reports suggesting Tehran had agreed to any new inspection commitments beyond those already in place. Iranian officials also reiterated that the country's missile program and defense capabilities remain non-negotiable and will not be part of any future discussions. Another important issue remains the Strait of Hormuz, one of the world's most critical oil shipping routes, as Iranian chief negotiator Mohammad Ghalibaf stated that the strategic waterway would continue to be administered by Tehran. Meanwhile, President Donald Trump said that the United States was doing very well with respect to the strait and claimed maritime traffic was moving freely without any disruption. And as the negotiations continue, Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian has traveled to Pakistan, one of the countries helping facilitate diplomatic efforts between Tehran and Washington. Technical teams from both the sides are now working on the details of a possible agreement while mediators attempt to bridge the remaining gaps. Despite positive rhetoric from the negotiators, major disagreements remain over sanctions relief, frozen assets, nuclear inspections, and regional security issues. The contrasting public statements from both the sides highlight the challenges that still need to be overcome before any final agreement can be reached. And for now, the diplomatic process remains active, with both Washington and Tehran continuing discussions in the hope of securing a long-term deal. However, whether these talks ultimately result in a lasting peace agreement will depend on the ability of both the sides to resolve the key disputes that continue to divide them. That's all for now. Stay tuned to the Savera for more updates. Do like, comment, and subscribe to the channel.